Good morning, everybody, and welcome to, this is my second day. This should be part 2 of building this beautiful boat. I have no idea what I'm going to call this series yet. It is the day after the last video, and I'm super excited to get going on this. I wish I would have gotten an earlier start, but I had some stuff to do this morning, so it's about 11:30 now. Today's goal is I want to have the entire floor done in this boat, from the front deck, back deck, everything, the poop deck, the lower deck, everything. I want to have that completely done, and if not fiberglassed in, I want to at least have the boards in so it is one flat, complete deck, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that later. And I also want to have the entire transom ripped out. So as you guys saw in the last video, if you haven't watched that, go check it out. We cut out the back of the transom and you can see the wood is all rotted. So that's going to get completely ripped out and replaced properly so it can handle a big old motor that I'm going to put on it eventually. But before we get into the video, if you guys are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. I'm Bush Fishing. I make lots of fishing videos and outboard repair videos and boat building videos. So if you guys haven't watched the first video, this is my new 1790 Lakeland Pro. I bought this boat for $150. Trailer and everything is in super good condition. The outside of the boat isn't too bad. It'll get polished up and look brand new, but the inside had some problems. So the original guy that had this cut out some spots in super weird angles just to see where it was rotted, and he just kind of left it. The transom he didn't do anything with, and that was rotted out, and I cut out some of the front deck. So basically, the last video you saw was pretty much the teardown. I ripped out almost everything in this boat, and now we get to start the fun process of rebuilding it. And not just rebuilding it to factory, but rebuilding it how I want it, with all the bells and whistles you could dream of. So I'm going to get you guys on the GoPro. The first thing I'm going to do is start fiberglassing, and to do that, down on the other side, you guys will see it in a second, I had a little oopsies. The Milwaukee cordless circular saws, they don't really get as shallow as I wanted them to, and there's not much you can do about that, but I ended up actually putting a little slit through the hull. Perfect time for me to start fiberglassing. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to grind that out and get it to a super smooth bevel, just like you're welding, and we're going to start fiberglassing that. And while that dries and stuff, we're going to start measuring, cutting out the deck, and getting everything ready to get put in. Hopefully I get more than I wanted done today, and we'll just see how it goes. So let's get into the video. Alright, so the crack goes from about here to down here where I cut through. So I'm going to grind all that down to a nice smooth bevel. We're going to refiberglass all that. Alright everybody, so next up we're moving to the front deck. So this is the original storage compartment and where it was. I'm going to end up moving it back here so I can have room for my foot pedal and everything. But first, I'm going to put supports under this to get this piece of wood back up, and then I'll lay the new piece of wood on top of it and fiberglass all the corners. But the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out basically just to here, and I'm going to put some screws in right here where this support is, and I'm going to cut next to it so my new sheet of wood can sit on top of it. And then I'm probably going to end up using this as, it's going to be one big lid right here, but I'm going to end up using it as just like a support or something, and leaving it as a divider because it does add strength to the front deck, and I don't want a saggy front deck. So I'm going to grab, actually I got a new Milwaukee kit and some new M12 stuff. So I'm going to test that out, and then we'll start cutting this. front deck is complete now. On these outsides, there is a little bit of a lip to it, and there is a bit of a gap there just because I cut it willy-nilly. But this is all, I'm going to fiberglass all the edges so it's a nice smooth transition across. And then we should be good and shouldn't have a problem again. Right now, this thing's solid, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems. Now, the tougher part. Hopefully, I have enough wood to do the whole lower deck today. But what I need to do is, there's a little access port in the middle that needs to get fit, and I need to put supports across and up against the sides of these. Holy crap, it's hot. So that I can properly support this. The fiberglass down there is completely dry, so I won't have a problem getting on top, and I need to fix these two little holes from the guy cutting it out a little questionably. But first I'm gonna grab some measurements real quick and make sure everything's square and I won't have any problems cutting out the wood. Alright everybody, I have not spoken to you guys in a while because I've just been trying to get shit done. This did take longer than I thought that it was going to, mainly because I'm a little bit of a bonehead and my cuts that I made weren't really as straight, so I had to kind of cut the wood on an angle or anything. I did my best to get perfectly straight squares and they were off by like maybe a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch. So it wasn't really that bad, but it did take a while, so let's take a look at what I got done. So my goals for today were to have this entire bottom floor done. We're overexposed as... My goals were to have this entire floor done, front and back, and I pretty much got it done. All that needs to be done is I'm going to actually end up fiberglassing all the corners and everything to seal it, make sure that it's watertight. I still need to do those front 2 holes. I don't know if I'm just going to like trace out a template, put a piece of wood that's that exact like round shape, and then fiberglass over it, or if I'm just going to turn it into a square and do it like that so it's easier. Up in the front here we have this piece in, this is all supported and everything, all it needs is fiberglass over the edges. to make it all waterproof and to help strengthen it a little bit. In the back here you could see, I don't know if you guys saw in the time lapses, but I specifically did my supports. So where I'm gonna actually put this back in and use that as like a rod locker or whatever storage it was supposed to be. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way of the console, this placement, and I also did it like that because I am gonna be extending the back deck forward, so we'll see what happens there. My goals for today were really to have that entire floor done, and what I wanted to do was rip out this back transom, which I still have time, the day is not over, but it is very hot. It's finally getting shady over here. I don't know why I worked midday. I wanted to start off a little bit earlier, but you know, stuff gets in the way. I might work tonight, depending on if I have to work tomorrow. If I don't, I'm gonna come out here tonight and probably start the next video, which is gonna be epoxying the floor, ripping out the back transom, and depending on if I can get wood or not, I'll either start the transom or I'll be extending the deck and putting the console back in and stuff like that. I am worried about doing the whole transom. I know it's gonna be a lot of work, but hopefully I can have it kind of done in 1 to 2 days if I really go hard. It is gonna be extremely hot, which makes it really hard to work for the next week or so, but I'm gonna kind of just hammer it out. We got the pool up finally, so I'll be able to hop in there once in a while. But yeah, on the other note, I've always used Milwaukee M18 stuff, all the brushless stuff, and I've always just had that. I've always loved them. Not a DeWalt guy, if you're a DeWalt guy. Anywho, the M12 stuff works pretty good. I've been using this all day. I don't even think it was on a full charge when I started. It's still got 2 bars. Mainly, okay, we'll talk about tools for a second. This Milwaukee kit, it's 5-tool kit, comes with the hacksaw, ratchet, the impact driver, the regular drill driver, and a flashlight, 2 batteries and a charger, all for 200 bucks. And I literally bought it just because the ratchet was 200 bucks, and that's all I wanted out of it, because I have a China ratchet. But now I got it, and all those other tools, so that's sick. It's going to make doing this a lot easier. I am going to have to put the boat back in the shop pretty soon, just so it doesn't get wet or anything overnight. The epoxy, or fiberglass that I did already, that turned out perfect. It's super strong. I'm not going to have a leaking boat out of there. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I think I am going to end it here. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I'll be starting the next video later. But if you guys enjoyed the series, you want to see more of this, there's a lot more coming. So make sure that you're subscribed. Turn on your post notifications, everything. If you want sweet bush fishing merch like this, it gets all sweaty, first link in the description. Probably gonna have some boat builder stuff coming soon. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the projects. Leave a comment for stuff you want to see. I don't really know how I'm gonna rebuild the console. I know I want to use that fiberglass Lakeland thing that they have, just because I can't really get a different one. But let me know what you want. I'm gonna end up painting that. The inside of the boat's gonna be that light gray carpet. Any touches you want to see, let me know. Subscribe, comment, like. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned to the next one, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.